Imagine a world where the apocalypse doesn't just happen on the ground, but strikes from above, turning the skies into a hunting ground for the undead. You are part of a high-altitude community, or an aviation crew, that thought they were safe from the initial outbreak, only to find that the Z altitude isn't a sanctuary. It's a trap, where gravity is your enemy and the infected are relentless climbers. But when you realize that survival at this height requires more than just ammo, it requires mastering the vertical battlefield, you understand that escape isn't about running away. It's about navigating a crumbling skyline where one slip means death. Welcome to Z Altitude, Book 1, the first pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in DC Wolfe's zombie thriller series. If you love vertical survival tropes, tactical zombie combat, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching a protagonist master a hostile environment through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in post-apocalyptic horror, blending the visceral chill of heights with the profound weight of desperate survival. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's realization that the infection has breached their aerial or high-rise stronghold, thrusting them into a race against time to secure a descent route before they are trapped in the sky. The atmosphere is thick with the howl of wind, the static of dying radios, and the creeping dread of knowing that every decision could branch into a timeline where they fall into the horde below. Wolfe excels at capturing the psychological toll of living on the edge, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble, where the price of failure is not just death, but a terrifying plunge into the unknown. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular sky survivor trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting zombies, it's about understanding the complex ecology of vertical movement, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and overwhelming numbers. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of Z Altitude lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual, struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A massive horde or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Z Altitude, Book 1, is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. DC Wolfe has crafted a debut that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join a climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.